Nelly. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a really fun and different, exciting video. How many adjectives can I say? If Lawrence was here, he would tell me they all mean the same thing. Today we're going to be doing Instagram pics, my makeup. I asked you guys a couple questions on Instagram, like I did a couple polls here and there, and you guys picked out the makeup that you wanted to see in today's video. I gave you guys two options. I gave you a high-end and I gave you guys a drugstore, and it's pretty interesting that a lot of you guys picked some of the high-end stuff. I thought that most of you guys were going to pick the drugstore ones because it's just more affordable, but to my surprise, there's a lot of high-end stuff here that I was not expecting. So that's what we're going to do today. I am just going to shut up now and get started with the makeup that you guys picked for me to do. So for brows, you guys picked the Benefit Brow Pencil. I gave you guys an option between the CoverGirl Ultra Fine Brow Pencil and the Benefit Brow Pencil, and you guys picked the Benefit Brow Pencil. Thankfully, I found my brow pencil. I couldn't find it anywhere, and this is not the one that I was looking for. This is a brand new one from Benefit because my sister and my mom, whenever they come over, they think that this is like a store, like a makeup store, and whatever they find, they take, which I don't mind at all, but I got a little scared right now. So a lot of you guys wanted to see the Benefit pencil. So this is the Goof Proof Brow Pencil. This is not the one that I wanted to use. I wanted to use the Ultra Fine one, but again, they took it. Lately, I have been going for a super natural brow. So the only thing that I am going to be doing is I am just going to be underlining my brow. And then lightly, I am just going to fill in any areas where I have like some sparseness. I hope that's a word. If not, totally just made that up. We're gonna go ahead and prime our eyelids, and for concealer, you guys picked the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I always use a concealer to prime my eyelids, so I'm just going to prime them like normal. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of the Tarte Shape Tape right in here, and then I'm gonna take a brush and I'm just going to buff that into my eyelid, just to prime the eyes for eyeshadow. Moving on to eyeshadow, I asked you guys if you wanted to see the Venus palette or an e.l.f. palette that I just got, and a lot of you guys said you wanted to see the Venus palette. So that is what we are going to be using for today. This is the Lime Crime Venus palette. I'm going to start off by taking the shade Divine, which is this shade right here. It's kind of like a cool tone brown. I'm going to take it with a fluffy blending brush, and I'm just going to place this in my crease. That is very, very, very pigmented. Either my brush was dirty or that was very, very, very pigmented. And how annoying are these two things? I was wearing glasses this past weekend, and I don't know what the heck happened, but the glasses left a mark on my nose area. Like, what is that? I don't know what happened. That's the first time that has ever happened to me, but I have two marks from where my glasses were resting. I'm gonna go into the shade Aura, this shade right here, and I'm going to put this on my brow bone as my brow bone highlight. Next, I'm going to go into the shade Creation, which is this really pretty kind of burnt brown shade, and I'm taking it using a Luxie 205 brush. I'm placing this color just a tad bit lower in the crease. I'm not going to take it as high as I took that first transition shade. I want you to still be able to see that first shade that we laid down. So you can take it up, just don't take it as high as that first shade. And I am placing this in the inner corner and in the outer corner and just blending it in that crease area. I'm going to go back in with a little bit more of Divine, and I'm just going to blend out the edges to make sure that everything is nice and blended. I'm taking that same Luxie brush, but this time I'm going in with the shade Muse, which is a beautiful deep red shade. And I'm going to take that, and again, I'm going to place it in that crease area, but making sure to stay really tight in that crease to create kind of like a gradient effect between all of the browns that we have applied, and that color is so beautiful. And I'm going to go back in with that previous blending brush, and I'm just going to blend out those edges so that everything is nice and blended. Next, I'm gonna go into this dark brown shade. It's so pretty. It's a really pretty rich dark brown shade. I'm gonna take it with a flat shader brush. I was actually gonna apply it just in the outer corner, but I decided that I think I'm gonna apply all over the entire lid. So I am just going to pack this shadow all over my entire eyelid. And then going back in with that Sigma E35 and a little bit more of that Icon color, which is that dark brown color. I am just going to work this in the crease to just kind of blend that color upwards just a tiny bit. I'm going to go back in with the shade Muse, and I am just going to place this again in the crease just to further blend everything out. I'm going to go in with a mixture of Creation and Divine. Yes, Divine. And I am just going to blend that in the crease just to blend everything and make sure that there is no harsh edges up in the crease. And you can go ahead and take a makeup wipe and clean that up just to kind of start to see the shape form. I'm going to take a mixture of Rebirth and Venus, and I am going to just apply that on the crease just to kind of further blend this because it's looking a little harsh. So I'm just going to apply that right in here just to kind of tone that down a little bit and add a little bit of like a corally. See how that added like a little bit of a corally shade? Okay, so I'm going to move on to the face and then we will come back and finish the eyes in a little bit. So for primer, you guys picked Fenty Beauty. I haven't used this primer in such a long time and I thought it would be fun to use it in a tutorial again because it's been a long time. So I'm going to take a couple pumps of this and I'm just going to work this into the skin. For foundation, you guys went ahead and picked CoverGirl. So I am going to be using the CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made Foundation. I'm going to be trying a new shade today. This is M70 because I feel like the other shades that I was trying were just a little bit too, it was either too light, too pink, too dark. So hopefully this shade matches me. If not, at this point, I think I'm just going to have to mix because it's a struggle. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm first going to apply a little layer on the areas where I have breakouts, darkness, redness. Once I have that layer on, I'm going to go in and I'm going to just apply a layer all over the skin. So I'm just going to pat this into the skin. I swear this foundation looks so freaking good. Like, it makes my skin look so healthy. Let me cover up my breakouts because they're not cute. And I'm not sure if it's just that my body is like detoxifying because of keto, but it's not cute. For concealer, I'm gonna go in with the Tarte Shape Tape, which is the concealer that you guys chose. So I'm just blending this out using my beauty sponge. Then to soften up that edge and the inner corner, I'm just going to go in with a Luxie. This is a Luxie 229. I'm just going to brush that in just to soften it up a bit so that it's not a super harsh line. Even though I like that look, I know a lot of people don't. So we're just going to soften that up. And I'm also going to soften up the inner corner and clean that up. So for powder, you guys chose the Maybelline powder. This is the Maybelline Fit Me powder. I use two shades. I use shade 05 and then I also use shade number 20. I use shade number 20 for all over my face and then I use 05 for under my eyes just to kind of set that into place. So we're going to start off with the 05 and I'm going to take it with my damp sponge. And I am just going to apply this under the eyes like if I were baking. So I'm just going to look up and apply. I'm also going to take some around the nose. Chin and up here. So I'm going to go ahead and let that sit under the eyes for a bit. And while that sets, I'm just going to go ahead and finish off the eyes. So I'm going to take a pencil brush and I'm going to take the shade Muse one more time, which is that reddish shade. And I am just going to focus this in my lower lash line. Then I'm going to take a little bit of the shade Creation, which is this shade right here, with another pencil brush, and I'm just going to smoke that in the lower lash line as well. I'm going to take a little bit of the shade Icon, which is a dark brown, with a flat definer brush, and I'm just going to work this really tight in the lower lash line. I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of black eyeliner. I forgot to ask you guys which liner I should use for today's video, so I am honestly just going to use any black liner. This is from Pretty Vulgar, and I'm going to take it with that same brush that I used to apply that brown in my lower lash line. And I'm just going to apply this to my waterline. I'm going to go ahead and dust off the baking that we have under our eyes. For bronzer slash contour, you guys picked Morphe, so I am taking the Morphe 9C palette. And I'm going to take this shade right here, and this is what I'm going to use to warm up the skin slash contour a little bit. So I'm just going to place this right here. For highlight, you guys picked the Reezy highlight in collaboration with Anastasia Beverly Hills. So I am going to go ahead and pop that on the tops of the cheekbone. That is pigmented. I'm also going to put a little bit of this down the bridge of the nose. Here on. And on the chin. For blush, you guys picked Ofra, so I'm going to apply a little bit of Ofra's blush in the shade Bellini. This is one of my favorite blushes ever. I use it all the time. I love the color. I love how it's like the perfect pinky shade. So I am going to apply that in the apple of the cheek. I'm going to go back in with the Venus palette, and I'm going to take the shade Shell, which is a really pretty kind of pinky shade. And I'm actually going to apply this to my inner corner as my inner corner highlight. It's a really pretty pinky, corally shade. I knew I was forgetting to ask you guys something in my poll. I forgot to ask you guys about mascara, so I'm just going to use any mascara. This is the Buxom Big T's mascara. I really don't care too much for mascara because I always go in with falsies anyways. So I'm just going to apply mascara, and I'm just going to apply some lashes. So I will be ready. Okay, so I popped on some lashes. I am using the OG lashes in the style J. It's just J. And I also popped in my contacts because I forgot, and I have been loving these contacts lately. These are a little bit different than the ones that I have been constantly. Oof, my eyes get watery. Ooh, oof, don't cry, don't cry. These, I'm not sure the style of them, but I'm going to try to find them and link them because they are almost like my eye color, but they're a little bit lighter, so it gives my eyes just a tiny bit of dimension because it just kind of like makes them pop even more. So I've been really liking that. The last thing that we have to do is the lips. So you guys asked for a nude matte lip. I didn't ask you which lipstick specifically you guys wanted to see me do because I feel like I have so many nudes and it was kind of hard to narrow it down to one. So I'm just going to do my favorite nude combination at the moment. I am taking the NYX eye pencil in the shade Nutmeg, and I'm just going to line my lips. By line, I mean overline my lips. I love a big pouty lip. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's okay. And then for liquid lipstick, I am using the Kylie liquid lipstick in the shade Naked. But while the liquid lipstick dries, I'm going in with the Cover FX setting spray, which you guys also voted for. So I'm just going to shake it up and apply. Alright, you guys, so this is the completed look. Let me get nice and close so that you guys can see what it looks like. I absolutely love the way it turned out. You guys did a great job at picking my makeup today, and I loved filming this video. So if this is something that you guys like, definitely let me know in the comments or give me a thumbs up so that I can know to film more of these types of videos where you guys kind of control my day, my makeup, my mood, whatever the case may be. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, if you did, don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and share it with all of your family and friends and loved ones and everybody on the internet, because we're trying to reach 100K and I think we're going to reach it this year. So that is pretty much it. I will see you guys in my next video, which is going to be on Friday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time. So be here or be square. No, be there or be square. How does that go? I don't know. Be here, come back here, over here at 9:30 a.m. Eastern time this upcoming Friday for a brand new video. Okay, I'm done. I love you and I'll see you very soon. Mwah!